What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Bring the Juice Colts podcast. Just wanted to bring out not as much breaking news anymore from when we get this video up, but is news for today that the Colts OC, Nick Sirianni, is going to be heading to Philadelphia to fill their head coaching role. So again, another vital piece for Indianapolis's team continues to ship out to either retirement or to another team. First we lost Costanza, now we lost Rivers, and then a few days later we lose Sirianni. So there we go, guys. We are now without an OC. Here going to kind of talk a little bit about whether or not that's a huge deal for us or not. Well, first off, congratulations to Nick Sirianni. I will be the first to admit I was quite shocked when I saw this news come out because, you know, it was kind of a late thing, right? The Eagles interviewed a couple different guys. They even interviewed Matt Eberflus, the DC, for us. So, you know, we didn't know Nick Sirianni was going to be a name mentioned in it. And then all of a sudden, you know, a couple days go by and then, you know, Nick Sirianni's name shows up. And then, you know, it's just one of those things where it happened so quick. How the Eagles decided to, what they pitched to him to get him to decide so quickly, I don't know. It was either more roster control or it was approval on what to do with the running or the quarterbacks. I'm sorry. So, you know, that's an interesting one for sure. And I'm happy for him, you know, definitely enjoy seeing another one of our coaches continue to prosper and to do well in this league, and hopefully wishing the best of luck to him. And, you know, there's a lot of ties there with Philly. You know, Frank Reich, former OC of the Eagles a couple years ago, and now Frank Reich's OC is now going to be the head coach of the Eagles. Kind of weird how that works. So we were talking here about whether or not we're going to really miss Sirianni. Sirianni was a more vocal person. He was a much bigger personality in the room, per se, than what Frank Reich is. This opens the door for a lot of different options for an OC. A lot of people have mentioned Doug Peterson coming back to being under Frank Reich's supervision now, being an OC, you know, because that was what Peterson really thrived on when he didn't really have to take control of the game and just play calling, right? So maybe that could be something. And like we said, Frank Reich has been the majority play caller amongst this group anyway. So Sirianni wasn't always calling plays, but Sirianni always had a say in how the game plan went and things of that nature, getting guys prepared. So, you know, in this Colts offense has continued to get better. Despite what people want to believe, this offense has gotten better. And, you know, I think Sirianni was a good fit for Frank Reich and helping to how, you know, kind of how Cody and I bring a little more energy, a different perspective. I think it's the same way for Sirianni and how he's a coach with them and how he offsets Frank Reich, things of that nature, right? So ultimately, I don't think this is the end of the world. I think the Colts will definitely find a way to make things better at the OC spot. But I think, you know, when you lose an OC like Sirianni, a young, passionate, driven kind of guy, and that kind of person in the locker room and on the team certainly cannot be just thrown off to the side, right? So the Colts are going to have to figure out that too. I mean, the left tackle, quarterback, and now they got to deal with hiring the right OC to file under Frank Reich's stature. So maybe that is Peterson. I don't know. We're probably going to have to discuss who we may think of going forward. But this is just a video to let you guys know that Sirianni is now releasing to go to Philly. So new head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. I know my guy, Philly Take with RB, is happy about it. He's happy to finally have a coach. Says he doesn't know much about this guy in general, but maybe him and I are going to have a collab at some point here this week or next week to kind of talk more about what the Eagles are getting in Sirianni. So thank you guys for tuning into this. Stinks to see one of our coaches go, but again, really happy for him. I think he's going to thrive in Philadelphia. His passion and the way he coaches is exactly what that city needs and what that locker room needs currently. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. Best of luck to Nick Sirianni. And as always, go Colts.